Hello, I'm Jason Groth now here with girls and boys cross country coach Jeff Morris and getting ready for what is a very big event this weekend with the Brave Like Gabe event. First of all, you chat a little bit about the event and what people and fans can expect to see.
Yeah, super excited. It's our fifth year. So we started it the year before COVID, and I guess that was 2019 was the inaugural year, and then we had to take a break because of COVID. But we've been going since then, and it's grown from just 11, 12 team event. We got 31 teams this year, so super excited to have all the teams come in to the community and to also celebrate the memory of Gabe Grunwald and her sister Abby Anderson. And run their race in their honor, and to have so many teams and fans come and be a part of it. We also have Brave Like Gabe Foundation that's actually going to be coming up that Gabe started, and Brooks, which is the sponsor for the Brave Like Gabe Foundation, so super excited for that.
Saturday morning here at Arvig Park. First, can you talk about, the event and what fans can expect to see on the day of the event?
Yeah, so we get started right away in the morning. We have at 8:45 we do we have a little Mighty Mike camp for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders that go this week. So in the morning at 8:45 we'll let those kids run to kind of be the I don't know, maybe the prelude to the event. And then at 9 o'clock we get started with our first official race, our junior high girls and guys races. So they'll kick off. We'll go junior high girls first, junior high boys. And then after that, this is new this year because our events have gotten so much bigger. It's hard. The start line gets to be pretty congested when you have 30 teams. So decided to do a small school division and a large school division. So we'll have about 16 schools in the small school division and 14 schools in the large school division. So the way it'll go, you'll have girls races first and then the boys races. So we'll do the JV varsity small schools race, and then the JV varsity gold race for the girls, and then the same thing for the boys.
You mentioned this is like the 5th year of this event. How have you seen this event kind of bloom over the last few years?
Big thing is just the talent that is coming to the event. It goes from, for us it was kind of a meet when we first hosted it. We kind of knew, okay, this is going to be a chance for us to kind of open up our first meet of the season with a win. But now we're at a point where you just don't know. I mean, the competition is really good, and even in the small school race this year, it's going to be very competitive. We're drawing a lot of city schools. We have a Dinah boys coming for the first time that's ranked number 1 in AAA. And, to have 7 or 8 schools in the cities to come here and say it's going to be a little culture shock for them, that's kind of fun.
The event, like you mentioned earlier on, it's kind of bigger than just your normal cross-country meet when you're honoring the families of Gabe Grunwald and Abby Anderson. Just how important is that for you guys?
Oh, it's huge. It's such a part of, their legacy as a part of who Perm Cross Country is and what they were about and just how they represented the program when they were in it and after they were in it. And it's just kind of what we stand for. So for us to be able to honor their legacy and to continue to talk about their story, and it just shows what the sport of cross country is all about, is really just putting other people first and just the grit and determination and courage that you have to get out there and run when it really, really hurts sometimes. We always say the first day of practice, I'm like, this sport, it hurts. It's really hard. And so just to be able to talk about that with kids and what all that Gabe went through and fought through, ended up losing her battle with cancer, but just the fight that she had, it's important to be able to pass that on, not only to our team, but to other teams.
And you mentioned that you talk about your team, I know the importance, but seeing the other teams all come together, what's that like and how does that make you feel?
It's pretty awesome. Sometimes in sports, especially where we're at in our program, where we're every year having a chance to be one of the top teams in the state, sometimes the competitiveness can get in the way of what matters most, and you want to go there, and you like to be the team that everybody wants to beat, but it's also cool to come together and after the race, like what we do, we've started a tradition at this meet. We cool down together, and we do camp with Lakeville South in the summer and Bemidji, so it's going to be cool to kind of have a little family reunion with those teams. We're actually going to do a game that we didn't get to finish at camp after the meet, and so just to have this event, to be able to bring teams together in a different way, and to have that camaraderie between teams is what high school sports is all about.
And now you look at an event like this, you're talking about bringing up to over 5,000 to 6,000 people to town. What that kind of mean for the community and the impact that it can have on the community?
Oh, huge. I think, like you said, just bringing that many people into town can have such a big impact. I remember last year, one of the businesses in town said that was their busiest day of the summer. They were just busy with people all day that day, and just to have – And a lot of teams are visiting from 3 hours away, so they're going to make a day of it and kind of have a different experience where they're used to kind of city life and kind of get to see what it's like to be in rural Minnesota. And I know the business community is super appreciative because they support Perm Athletics so well. They support all the programs so well. To be able to have something where it puts people at their doorstep and their businesses is really important to be able to hopefully influence and have a positive impact on their businesses.
Now, looking at the field, who are some of the top teams that fans can expect to see?
In the smaller school races, you're going to have Pelican Rapids feature some good individuals. Charlie Larson from Pelican Rapids will be somebody to keep your eye on. DGF, Owen Winter. On the girls' side, St. Cloud Cathedral, who is the Class A state champions. They'll be in the small school race, so we're going to have that'll be quite something to see, to see the defending Class A state champions there. So got some good competition, got some schools from different parts of the section for Class A. And in the big school race, obviously our school, being our guys second in state last year and fifth for girls and pretty much returning most of our lineup on both sides. Graduated a few more boys, but only one girl out of our lineup. Edina boys, Lakeville South boys and girls. Bemidji will be a good team. Moorhead will be a good team. And it'll be fun to have Hopkins. Hopkins always has some really good. They'll have a premier girl individual that'll be up there. So it'll be a lot of fun to see some fireworks in all the races.
You touched on a little bit and looking at your squad this year. First for the boys, you make that jump up to AA, have a strong finish last year, and you talked about having a lot of the guys back. How are things looking here in the early going for the boys?
Really, really good. We had our time trial this past week, and we do it on the same route every year at the cross-country course. We do 2 miles, and I compared the results from this year to last year, and our team is a little bit ahead of where we were last year, and the depth is just crazy. Even a couple of the guys that graduated saw the results and was like, oh my gosh, I'd be the 12th runner this year when I was the 6th runner last year. And so that's really cool to see the depth, and when you have somebody like Bjorn that can be that low stick early in the race. But what's been really cool for us is to see the jump like that Carter Flatto and Dylan Gook are making already early in the season, and hopefully they can really close the gap to Bjorn this year, not just to give us that one that's going to be really up front, but 3 guys that can just establish their presence in the front of the pack, and then hopefully the rest of the guys follow and young guys step up. So it'll be super fun for the guys team.
I guess the same question goes for the girls after making that jump and having a good year last year as well.
Yeah, we had great leadership last year. We had like one senior in the lineup last year, Maya Long, but she was such an important catalyst for, I think, that transition to AA last year. She just gave the girls some calm, collectiveness when they got to the start line. Because we have some girls that kind of tend to hit the emotional button a little bit, which is okay. I love that. They got spunk, they got fire, they get fired up, and but she was just really even-keeled, and that helped our girls team and really passed that on to our top 3 girls right now with Caden Bride, Gracie Morris, and Ava Lee Brown. But what's been nice early in the season is Cora Grismer's jumped up there as one of our front runners. So we've got an incredible top 3-4 girls, but our 5 through 14 are going to be close. It is going to be something to see the depth on the girls' side.
You mentioned the depth actually on both sides of the teams, and now you make that transition to AA, and now it's a year under your belt. What's that like? And now is it kind of the things that you didn't expect now the expected?
Yeah, it's definitely, I think even after going through track season last year and being up a class, you just see how much deeper it is. In Class A, you could get away with, having 4 or 5 good kids, and then after that, your depth might fall off, and you don't really think about it too much. But here, you have to have that depth. The best teams in the state of Minnesota are the teams that have the strongest JVs. And so I'm seeing the important, and I've seen over the years that the stronger our JV and junior high programs are, and I put a lot of emphasis. I probably spend most of my time focusing in practice with those JV kids, and because the varsity kids, if I'm focusing on those kids, they're going to get pushed. And their best competition is their teammates. So that depth has just been huge for us to make that jump to racing bigger schools.
And now looking again at Saturday, a track and course you guys are very familiar with. And I know a lot of kids seem to love this one because it's a faster course. How does that play out the first race of the year?
It's good, especially when you don't know if the weather's going to cooperate. It's always just so darn hot at the beginning of the year. And you get out there. And last year was the first year we ran a meet early where it was cooler. But it looks like it's going to be more back to the normal August weather. So it's kind of nice to be on an easier course when you know it's going to be warmer, and a familiar course and a course that kids get excited about. And to be able to return that course at the end of the year is really fun because then you can see the progression and how much better they've gotten.
Okay, so now last question for you is what advice would you have for first-time viewers that are making the trek out on Saturday to Arvig Park?
Just Follow the crowd. It's kind of cool. It's crazy. You obviously can watch the start and finish, but it's fun to just kind of jog over into the woods and see them kind of in the backwoods and compete and challenge for positions, shuffle for positions, and just to kind of see the race develop and then come back. And so just follow the crowds and get out there and have fun just cheering on kids as they go by.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much, and good luck on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.